So I went ahead and pulled your cards. I feel like this right here is a separate message, but this is the way that it fell out with the Seven of Fire upright, and then these, I'm not aware of what this is, and then I felt called to go ahead and flip this over and look at this, and I think this is really important. The Empress card feels magnified, so the message with regards to the Empress within you is magnified. I'm seeing the number 3, but repeating threes, so it could be like 6 3 3, really, right, divisible by 3. That can be a sign for you. And I'm really being drawn to this seahorse right here. It brings me to one of the decks I have, that it's a tarot deck, and they have seahorses on there that I always pay attention to, I always notice, and it's bringing me to that deck, and they're bringing me specifically to one of the cups. I want to say it's maybe like the Prince of Cups, something like that, and basically the feeling that I'm getting from this is, well, it feels like a youthful offer. So what I mean by this is it feels like something outside of me, okay? So it feels like there's some sort of young offer towards you. I'm trying to see, and when I say young, it feels like it's really tied to the person. Like the person is actually young in some form. I don't know if this means that they're youthful in age or youthful in spirit. It kind of feels closer to both, like a younger person, some sort of offer. But then when I kind of focus more on it, then it feels like more of like a reflective. So I don't know if this is something that you've been thinking about, or maybe this is something that happened in the past, of someone offering something to you in the past. There's some reference here to this, but then they bring me again to the seahorse, and then I see it as the curve of the seahorse, and they're showing this in terms of like a neck, someone's neck, and kind of wrapping their arms around this neck, and it feels like comfort. So what I'm seeing with this is, hold on, they're telling me to flip this card over. Okay, anxiety. Interesting. Anxiety, the number 18, and they bring me to the 9, which is also divisible by 3. So there's the repeating threes right here, and then they're showing me the lightning bolt here. So if there's something about the past that's causing some sort of, I don't know, you know better than I would if it's this anxiety, but it feels more like mulling over something, right? Thinking about something, kind of just revisiting it. And I'm seeing it's flipping into dual messages of, this is also this could also be coming forward for someone here, of someone from your past thinking about you, because that's the reflection, is that I'm seeing you as the Empress, and then this person as being the anxious card. And so there's someone who keeps thinking about you over and over and over again, something to do with the past. And it feels like when I focus more on that energy, then they show me the card again that I was talking about, the tarot card, where it seems as if they had the potential to offer something to you, but it wasn't necessarily given in the right way. It wasn't given in a way that seems like, I don't know, like it almost feels like it wasn't really given at all. It's like they wanted something when it comes to you, but they didn't take the initiative to make the move or make the call, make the effort that would really exemplify what it is that they really feel, like what they, like the value that they hold you at. They weren't giving you or offering to you either at all or enough of what they felt that they wanted to. It's a focus around them. It's a focus around them because it's like they wanted something with regards to you So it's a focus on like what they lacked, right? Whether they lacked initiative, which they did lack initiative, but it's like not only did they lack initiative, but they lacked the experience or the ability. But the ability is caused because they weren't in clear thought. There's something about like their surroundings, and it feels like, okay, well, I wasn't ready. I didn't have what I needed at the time. It's almost like it's interesting because you're showing up as the Empress, okay? And the complexity that I get from the Empress card is this individual in some form is viewing you accurately as the Empress, as someone who has what could contribute, like benefit this person, okay? And they're seeing this in a logical way, right? They're being pragmatic about this, okay? That you have something that could benefit this person, but they're also looking at it in a more emotional sense. But it's not necessarily like, you know, when you think about anxiety, it's kind of getting wrapped up in feelings, right? I'm not feeling it as strong, okay, but there's some sort of tie here, okay? The anxiousness that I do feel connected to this, it seems to be like your energy, you're picking up on them. You're picking up on it, and it's either causing you some sort of stress, or you know that feeling like when you know someone's talking about you or thinking about you, and it's like kind of like a tingling feeling. That's kind of the way it's coming across, like anxiety, where it's like not that crazy, but it's just like a tingling feeling, like, okay, I sense something, right? It's kind of like a buildup of energy. That's what I'm getting. And so it feels like you're picking up on their vibrations, their thought vibrations. Is somehow you're able to feel this and pick up on this, and there's something that's being highlighted here about it too, because I'm seeing it right here in her fingertips. It's like it's almost like this sweetness. It's like a sweet memory, right? Where even if this ended and could potentially, in however terms, whether it's bad terms or it's like, you know, you part ways with this person or organization or whatever, there's something sweet that was shared here, or like affection, that if they were to reconnect, then that little glimmer of sweetness is enough for you to be receptive to this and be like, you know, we shared a lot, and I'm happy to open the doors, open my heart to re-experiencing this connection in some form. What I'm seeing here too is that appreciation of the depth of who you are as the Empress, and this acknowledgement and recognition in you that they see in you, just based off of, it feels like you're not in direct connection with them, but it's this idea that they have, this feeling they have of like where they're at feels a little bit like suffering, and there's this feeling that they acknowledge that you're probably in a space that's more steady and balanced. Whether that's the truth or not, that seems to be the way that they perceive this. It's like, I'm in this position where I'm uncomfortable, and again, like some sort of suffering, right? It's like I'm really having to go through something, but you're in a position where you have already experienced all of this and come out on top. Like they see you as many steps ahead, in experience, in life, in all aspects. Just this sense of maturity and growth that they expect you to have to be in, because even in the past, it's the same feeling that they get. Is this is where you guys were at prior. So it's just like that natural path you would continue to go down, right? Spirit is acknowledging here as well. It says hold on, they want me to flip this over. Archangel Gabriel, reverse 39. So there's also that divisible by 3. So yeah, I can flip this, but it's going to be connected here. High Priestess. Yeah, that's the connection here. That's the connection here. And 18:9, right? And then the 2, and so it's amplifying it again. The connection, the telepathic, feels like it's just confirming that you are picking up on this energy accurately. You are feeling their energy accurately. Oh, is it gonna come back around? It feels likely that this person is going to come back around and just try and touch base with you, because they feel like it's the right thing to do, and Spirit is acknowledging to send light to this person if it feels appropriate for you, obviously. This is a general reading, so if it doesn't feel appropriate, then just keep your distance. But if it feels appropriate for you, obviously have your boundaries up, but send light to this individual, this person, so that they can feel the receptivity in this. And they're also showing, when it comes to the Empress, and like the mental birth and the consciousness birth, it's like you are giving light, you're giving birth, you're giving like existence to it really is acknowledging parenthood for some people, but then there's also this feeling of like a symbolic parenthood. It's like you're giving birth to your abilities, right? Like whether this is like artistic abilities, psychic abilities. I said artistic because it feels like artistry in the form of spiritual, like it's connected in that way. So you're very like serious, in quotations, artist. Like you take your craft very seriously, in the sense that it's really connected, and you're very aware of your connection to spirit and how that's expressed through art. Your telepathy feels like the majority of you, if not all, I would actually probably say all of you, have a strong telepathic ability, right? Like the ability to pick up and perceive these thought vibrations with people. The way that I'm seeing this is more of it's connecting here with the High Priestess in two different ways, of that there is not communication between you guys verbally in the physical, but there's communication in the ethers. It's not even the ethers, right? Like your thought vibrations, the way that I see it spiritually, is it's still like within this realm, like it's in this world and stuff. So it's not actually like out of this space, just like microwaves and all of these kinds of things, they're still here. So I'm seeing that's still existing. There's a communication, it doesn't feel like there was a back and forth. It feels like this is someone that you've either not been thinking about lately, or you've distance yourself, like things have been going on where you've been able to distance yourself energetically from them, and somehow you've been able to pull away, and they're in thought. And because of this like switch, there's some sort of like dynamic that changed in the way that the vibrations of your thoughts have kind of been at. Like it's some sort of break in routine. There's something about that. There's a break in routine when it comes to this that is kind of rerouted the I don't know how to explain it with, I mean, I'm sure you guys already know what I'm trying to say. It's like train tracks, right? It's like, or it's like if you're working on something and you're kind of getting it, but your head's kind of getting boggled, so you just go off and do other things that you need to get done, wash the dishes, vacuum, go for a walk, whatever. And then you come back and you're like, okay, now you have a clear head and you can do it. And it's like a lot like smoother and quicker. It's kind of the same thing. So it's like you took a break, you took a step away, and now you're revisiting it, and it's the dynamic has changed because you've cleared some other stuff that's been going on, and you're able to kind of hear this more clearly of what's going on with them. And then because of that stepping away, then that has like intensified their thought or intensified their desire to want to think about you, because it seems like they had kind of this clouded, I heard clouded judgment, but it's also just clouded experiences where they're able to kind of distract themselves with other things, and it doesn't even feel intentional. Like it feels like it maybe started out as intentional, or it has been partially intentional, but that's just also the way that they operate is more in the mental place of just, and the mental and physical of like, okay, what do I need to get done, and just being like very practical. And so this change of energy basically has made it to where they want to fixate more on this, and it's where they kind of feel more like that compulsory to think about this and connect to this and try and figure this out, not ignore this. And the lightning is showing up again. It's being brought up again. What is the lightning? What are you trying to say with the lightning? It feels sudden. The lightning strike feels very sudden, so it feels like a sudden reach out from them. It's gonna feel sudden, and then it kind of like, it was just kind of like funny to think about, because that's like, isn't that always how it is? It's not like if you run into someone, or if they text you, or they call you, or whatever, it's like, it's sudden. It's always gonna be sudden, but it's just kind of bringing that up, and it just feels like I kind of feel more maybe impulsive in a way, right? Where it's not entirely thought out. It's like, just to kind of put it in context, this person's thinking and thinking and thinking and mulling over you, and with regards to whatever kind of connection this is referencing to the past, and then they just reach out, right? It's not like a full thing of like, okay, let's evaluate it and see what really happened, and in like a more productive way, because the way that they're thinking about is more like a repeat. It feels like very like a circular, where they're just like running in circles in their mind over and over again, and not necessarily looking. It's like, do you get what I'm saying? It's like this, where they're just like rambling. I mean, I'm not necessarily rambling, but you see sometimes like we can get into those thought processes where we'll try and think of solutions, but it's not necessarily something that like sticks, or it's like not necessarily something that is, you can be a lot more productive with your thoughts, basically. And so then they're just going to randomly reach out. They're showing this, the wheat, and how you're holding the wheat. And so they're saying that when this happens, don't play small. Okay? Don't feel the, maybe like, I heard the word indignation I'm hearing the word indignation. So they're saying don't feel the, it almost feels like maybe you would like, maybe this is going to be like a compulsion to do this. So just be wary of this, if possible. I don't know, something about it might even surprise you in the way that you might want to react. But basically, don't play small. Don't play small. Don't minimize your accomplishments. Don't minimize your beliefs. Don't minimize your thoughts. You know, it's almost like if you were to have the compulsion to be a little bit more demure than how you really feel, maybe to make them more comfortable, or, you know, it's just your nature to be a little bit more humble. And it's like, don't do that, right? I mean, it's humility's okay. Like, it's okay. It's not a bad thing. But also, don't hide. I don't know if you're really, it kind of feels like you're not even really hiding anything. It's almost like you're just downplaying. It's almost like, even though you're confident, it's almost like the humility goes a little over the edge of maybe not truthfully, like being truthful with yourself, of like how, like, you need, I think your guys are really saying you need to be self-assured and come at this person. It's okay. Here's another example they were showing me since the beginning, and maybe this will make better sense of like what I'm trying to convey. Is like, if this was a person that worked for a company that wanted you to work for them, but for whatever reason it didn't work out. They either didn't accept you, they thought you were overqualified, they thought that they weren't going to be able to pay you, whatever, that kind of thing, you know. And then they come back towards you and they're like, I really, really regret not getting this person on my team. Like, I really want them, right? And so instead of you being like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, I'm so, you know, and kind of like, again, being a little bit more subtle in the way that you're approaching them, you need to come at them like you're the boss of the universe. Like, don't feel shy about your accomplishments, who you are, just because you want to be a part of this establishment. You know, who you are, that's a huge contributing factor, and it's better that you stay in that energy because you are a strong force. And they tie me back to the high priestess of this telepathy. It's like, you could also kind of look at this as an example of like, oh yeah, you know, I thought about you. It's nice that you reached out. Like, you can be straight up and be like, yeah, I knew you're gonna reach out to me. I could feel you thinking about me. I knew it. Like, you need to just come at them and intimidate the crap out of them, because that's who you are. And if they can't handle it, they can't handle it, but they can. It's something to do more about you, of standing in your Empress, right? She's someone who is unapologetic and firm and fierce, yet nurturing and comforting. And she's the creator. She creates, right? She gives birth to this. And so stand in that energy, right? Don't shrink yourself to the princess. You're the Empress, right? So, separate message, Mamma Mia, Seven of Fire and Love. The message I'm hearing is you can feel safe in this. So what whatever this is referencing, you can feel safe in this. Because I'm seeing this lion as her protector, okay? And this protector is also being represented as spirit. And so it feels like this journey is protected. It's journey, but I'm looking for a different word that starts with an E. It's not experience, but it's like something journey experience. But this is meant for you to go down. And I'm seeing this as like, this unicorn doesn't have someone riding it, right? It doesn't have a knight. But what it's showing me is, now, like I said, this is supposed to be a separate message. It's gonna sound like it's linked to this, and it very well could be. Now, if you feel like it is, the way that I'm seeing this is like, we're talking about this person, now we're talking about step 2 of this person. So it's connected to the same person, but we're talking about like, okay, we said all this about them, by the way. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm seeing here is another portion of telepathy happening, where it feels like these little fairies or fireflies or dragonflies, whatever it is the guiding force of this particular knight that is summoning this horse or this unicorn to you. And you are meant to ride this off into the direction that is meant for you in order for you to reunite with your knight. Okay, so even though the knight is not here in physical form, the knight is here in spiritual and telepathic form, both ways, because I'm seeing it in 2 important ways. They want you to know spiritually your knight is here, and telepathically you're getting some sort of accommodations being sent towards you from this particular individual. It feels like an individual, and it feels like when I say what I said, how are they sending you accommodations telepathically? It's like you're gonna get messages somehow downloaded into your mind of maybe where to go, what direction, or in the example of here, sending light and being open and strong in your energy, so that the pathways for this individual to come forward to you is a lot more clear and concise, so that they can get that proper direction, right? The way I see it is the Empress is not only all of those things I say, but she's a shot caller. I don't know what it's I have to use that term because I can't think of the other word for it, but she calls the shots. So the Emperor, the knight, follows through with what she says. Okay? The knight's the goon. Hopefully not literally in this, right? Hopefully we're not talking about that. Anyway, moving on. So, again, referencing this lion, your guides are saying you are protected, and they're showing these 2 lions here, and they're representing as the foo dogs, right, as protection, and how it's a sacred home. So it's your body, your vessel, your experiences, your path, so on and so forth. This is protected. This is in divine order. It's just about you trusting this and following through with this. And I see in this form of her sleeping, and it's that strength and relaxation, right? So it's being strong enough to be faith-filled and allowing this to take fold. And then I'm seeing the emphasis on the 6, but obviously it looks like the sun, and so they're showing me this in the sun card, and how this it illuminates this card, and then it starts illuminating the entire desk. And so there's a lot of joy and excitement when it comes to this. It's just about allowing this to happen in divine order, in divine timing. And when this comes through, you're gonna know. you're gonna know. I'm just trying to see like how you would react when the accommodations come through, and you're gonna know exactly how to react. It's not gonna feel like something where you're unsure of your next move. You're gonna know exactly what to do or say in this. You're gonna feel confident in this. You're gonna feel good in this. And I'm seeing, they're showing me the trees, but it feels literal. So something about tree branches. Maybe pay attention to that. Maybe a branch will fall near you and that's a sign for something. Or maybe you'll see like some figure in the trees, you know, or maybe when you notice something, take note of the time when you did, you know, like take notice of a particular branch. And there's something there for someone. Hopefully that's going to make sense for you. There's something about a tree, or maybe this is something that you've like already done. Like maybe you took a picture of it. So like go back into your phone and look at what time you took a picture or the date, and then see what maybe that means. You know, numerology or whatever. And that's it. I'm seeing that they're bringing you to them, back to them is what I'm hearing. They're bringing you back to them. So in your experience, you're continuously moving forward, and they're moving forward too. But I just wanted to explain this because it seems to be important that it's like they're coming for you, right? Then it's like the knight is coming to rescue the princess, so he's going out of the kingdom to go get her and then bring her back in. Like it's kind of that feeling where it's like they're going out on a limb. Oh, maybe that's what they meant, out on a limb. Maybe. I don't know. That was kind of lost on me. So maybe that'll be what they say. I'm going out on a limb here. I have no idea. Hopefully it resonates. But anyway, that's basically, they're going to come out, then they're going to go back in. Like a little turtle in a shell. Come out, get you, go back in, okay? So that's what I'm seeing right now for you guys. You know, here I go again. I need to pull another card. Let's just pull one more. What is the final message? What is it? What is the final message, guardian angels? Four of fire. Four of fire. You're going to know. Six of Earth. Yeah, it seems to be repeat blessings. Like a repeat, how do I say this? Like many, it feels like a period in time in the near, is it the near future? The near future, and I'm seeing 4 to 6. 4 to 6 or 6, 4. So I don't know if this is like the date, right? God, it's just saying the same thing and it's not clear for me. 4 to 6. 4 to 6, I don't know if this is weeks. 4 to 6 weeks or like months, because when I say near future, it pulls me out further. So I can't get a time frame on it. It's not giving me a clear time frame. Like near future feels like 2 weeks, maybe 4 to 6 weeks too, because that feels kind of close, right? That's like only a month and almost 2 months. And so but it feels under a year, okay? But they're saying like there's repeat like good things happening over and over and over and over again. So it's like when one thing happens that's good, it tumbles into another good thing happening, tumbling into another good happening, so on and so forth. But the first one, they're saying take inventory of the first time it happens, like something really good happening, because that's supposed, they're saying something about like listen to yourself when that happens, like really be conscious and tune in to like what your higher self is telling you and the communication from your guides, because there's something that they're wanting to tell you, especially at that time. There's going to be some message that they want to tell you at that time, and then from there you'll be able to take note of this. There's going to be another, maybe they mean like 4 to 6 blessings as well. So it's like take note, the next one, take note, the next one. And when I mean take note, it's like really consciously pay attention to your guides, like talk to your guides. And okay, so that's what I'm seeing here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.